Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Municipal Land Use Board of the Borough of River Edge. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. Time now is 7:36 p.m. This meeting of the Municipal Land Use Board of the Borough of River Edge is being held remotely and recorded via Zoom due to Borough Council chambers unavailability and is in compliance with provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act and associated regulations. Notice of this remote meeting was published in the Bergen Record on October 6, 2022, posted on the front doors of Borough Hall and posted on the borough's website. The notice included the dial-in and login information necessary for public participation and access to this meeting remotely. The copy of the agenda for this meeting was made available on the borough's website near the posting of the meeting notice and included the dial-in and login information. During the public comment period of this meeting, if you would like to make a public comment, please press the raise hand button on Zoom or dial *9 on your telephone keypad to raise your hand. The board will address you by name or by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You may mute and unmute yourself by pressing the microphone icon on Zoom or dialing *6 on your telephone keypad. You must clearly state your name and address prior to making a public comment. With that, Ms. Steinle, would you kindly call the roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor is absent tonight. Mr. Caslin,
Here.
Ms. Boland,
Here.
Mr. Merman,
Here.
Mr. Pfeffer,
Here.
Mr. Cray,
Here.
Mr. Kellion,
Here.
Councilman Kinigo,
Present.
Mr. Gibbons,
Here.
Mr. Esposito,
Here.
Mr. Bastide.
Here.
All right, and also present Tom Behrens and Mr. Costa.
Thank you, Ms. Steinle. Good evening, everyone. Our first agenda item of this evening is the approval of the minutes of our meeting from March 8th, 2023. A draft of the minutes was circulated to the board prior to this evening's meeting for review. I open it to the board for any comments on those minutes.
I did have one comment.
Sure.
Just that Mr. Gibbons was present at the meeting, but on the first page, he was marked as absent.
Okay. Any other comments from the board?
Okay, I'll correct that.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, there being none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes with that one modification.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Craig.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Gibbons.
I'll second.
Thank you. And I'll only call those eligible. Oh, well, we can just do all in favor, but Councilman Kinigo was not present at that meeting.
Okay, with the exception of Councilman Kinigo, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? Okay, thank you. Minutes are approved. At this time, we are still waiting on our applicant. I guess we'll do the completeness. Can we, Ms. Steinle, we can do completeness without them being
Yes,
here.
we can.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and proceed. Next item on the agenda this evening is a completeness review. The applicant is Nick's Hot Bagels NJ LLC. Address is 480 Kinderknack Road, River Edge, Block 804, lots 13 and 14. This is an application for approval of a food handler's license for a change of ownership. Ms. Steinle?
Thank you. Prior to the meeting, I reviewed the proofs submitted by the applicant and found them sufficient for the board to have jurisdiction to hear the application tonight.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Behrens.
Good evening, everyone. So, Mr. Chairman, as you suggested, the application is simply for change in ownership of Nick's Hot Bagels. They've submitted both an approved site plan and survey for the site. And as far as I'm aware, they're going to operate the business as it currently exists. So I don't have much more than that. It is a fully conforming application, and I think the board can deem it complete to proceed this evening.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Behrens. Questions from the board at this time? Okay, we'll entertain a motion to deem the application complete.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Pfeffer. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Boland.
Mhm.
Steinle, are you ready?
Thank you. Mr. Caslin,
Yes.
Ms. Boland,
Yes.
Mr. Merman,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeffer,
Yes.
Mr. Cray,
Yes.
Mr. Kellion,
Yes.
Councilman Kinigo,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
Yes.
Mr. Esposito,
Yes.
Mr. Bastide.
Yes.
All right, the motion passes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. At this time, don't see the applicant yet having arrived. I'm gonna recommend we go off the record, take an adjournment, take a recess for, let's give it 10 minutes. We'll come back at 7:50 on the record.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
We're still trying to get Mr. Bowen in.
Okay, we're gonna adjourn. I think we're gonna give it 10 minutes. We'll come back at, that's a little less than 10 minutes. We'll come
Okay.
back at 7:50 PM. So at this time, can we,
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Gibbons. Have a second?
Second?
I think I heard Ms. Bowen in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, any abstained? All right, we stand adjourned.
Because you're probably below the, join as a panelist. Okay, Marina, he's in.
Okay.
All right.
All right, well, they just took a little break to get this done, so they'll be back. So just hang in there.
We'll just test the microphone.
Yeah.
Mr. Bowen? Can you hear us?
He just told me he was in. He's showing up.
I see the name.
He unmuted himself. Yep.
Did we lose someone?
We lost somebody.
No, I lost him.
No, he's still here. I see
Yeah.
it. I see a box. I see it's a blank box, has his name in the lower left corner.
Yes, I see. I'm gonna call him back.
Now I'm trying to figure out who dropped off.
I think we lost Colin Bustede.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marina, did you hear Ed Bowen?
I can't hear him, no. I see he's unmuted.
Yeah. Ed Bowen, if you can hear us, you having?
He's unmuted? Can you hear him, Marina?
No, I can't.
Like, no, we can't hear him.
Okay, you're showing up.
He is showing up.
I don't know why my camera isn't showing us.
There we go.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I just prompted to start the video.
Video.
There
There
you
we
go.
There we go.
All right.
You're
Can you
good.
hear me as well?
Yes.
We can hear
Oh,
you.
great. Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We took a brief recess just so we could get the technology up and running here. So
Okay.
we're going to come back on the record at 7:50. So if you just hang tight for a couple minutes here, we'll get everybody
Okay.
back on shortly.
Thank you.
Just to catch you up as well, we went through the agenda and we've deemed the application complete at this time, so we can move right into your presentation.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like we got Colin back in.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, Colin. Okay. Just give it a couple more minutes. We're almost at 7:50. We'll get things going.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna rejoin with video.
Okay, time now is 7:50. Why don't we reconvene? Okay, we're back on. Mike Cray, are you with us? Okay. All right. All right. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Municipal Land Use Board meeting of the Borough of River Edge for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. Reconvening at 7:50 p.m. Ms. Steinle, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor is still absent. Mr. Caslin,
Here.
Ms. Boland,
Here.
Mr. Merman,
Here.
Mr. Pfeffer,
Here.
Mr. Cray,
Here.
Mr. Arkelian,
Here.
Councilman Kanigo,
Here.
Mr. Gibbons,
Here.
Mr. Esposito.
Here.
And Mr. Bastide.
Here.
All right, everyone is back.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Steinle. All right, we left off on our agenda with new business. The applicant is Nick's Hot Bagels and J LLC. Property is 480 Kinderkamack Road, River Edge. This is block 804, lots 13 and 14. This is an application seeking a food handler's license for a change of ownership. Good evening, Mr. Bowen.
Good evening. I represent the applicant, and this is a site plan approval we're seeking for a bagel shop at the same location. It's going to be the same location, no changes to the property or the premises or the operation. It's been in operation there as a bagel shop for approximately 20 years. And we're just seeking to continue that. It's really a change in corporate ownership.
Okay, no change in hours of operation.
No,
Okay. We'll open it to questions from the board this time. Mr. Esposito,
Yes,
any questions?
no
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Cray?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Pfeffer?
No, no questions.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Boland?
No questions.
Okay. Mr. Arkelian?
I just have a question for Mr. Barron's. Tom, have you been able to check, make sure that the building is in compliance with some of our past approvals and everything is okay over there?
I've been there a few times recently. To the best of my knowledge, it is up to snuff. I can't think of any non-compliant issues. We could certainly review that prior to memorializing the resolution, but when I was last there, I didn't see any issues.
Sounds good. All right, thank you.
Mr. Arkelian, Mr. Gibbons?
No questions, no.
Okay. Mr. Councilman?
Nothing, thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bastide?
No questions.
Okay, Mr. Merman?
yes. The sign as is will remain? Yes. Okay. And can you confirm, I assume all your deliveries are made down below in the parking lot at the loading dock? Is that where the deliveries are made? No. I believe they're made from the front of the building. From the street? Yeah, I don't think there's any entrance from the rear. Okay, all right, so that would be unchanged also? Pardon me? No further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. And Mr. Burns, I apologize because I think I may have gone out of order and didn't give you a chance to provide your input before turning the board.
Not at all. My questions were asked. I think there was testimony that the operation will remain the same, the sign will remain the same, hours of operation. So again, it's as far as I'm aware, a fully conforming application. I think the business is still open. I don't see a reason that it shouldn't be able to remain open while the property transfers ownership or the business transfers ownership. So I think that's something we could probably accommodate. And I really don't have much more than that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Costa? Anything from you?
I don't think he heard you call on him.
Mr. Costa, any input?
For some reason, I didn't hear you the first time. I apologize, Chairman.
No, that's okay.
I have no questions. Again, this was a case study. What I said the last time and again. Ed Alter, I hat off to him because I think he walked the applicant right through what had to be done. Tom responded almost immediately to the letter of denial, I guess that was necessary. It was a one-page application. Adriana and Nicole helped guide that process. The only thing that I did was probably just drive Nick's daughter around the town for about an hour that day, about 40 minutes. That was it. Other than that, I can't thank Nick and his family enough. I mean, I've been going there. I thought it was a little more than 20 years, but he's going to be, he's certainly going to be missed. He's one of the nicest people in this community, and he's going to be sorely missed. But I know his right-hand man because he's the guy that's on the bicycle there at like 4 a.m. So I know it's going to be transferred in good hands, and I wish him the best.
Thank you, Mr. Costa.
Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, Marina, do we have anybody in the public at this point?
There are no members of the public unless Nick would like to speak.
Okay, so why don't we just make a motion to open to the public at this time? Can I have a motion, please, from the board? Open to the public?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Pfeffer. A second?
Second,
Thank you, Ms. Boland. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstain? Okay, there being none, we're now open to the public. So. Nick, I don't know if you want to say anything. You don't have to say anything, but if you'd like to, this would be the time to do it. Otherwise, we'll continue on.
Looks good. No hands
Okay,
raised.
no hands raised. Okay, thank you very much. All right, this time we'll take a motion to close the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Ball. May I have a second? I think I got one from Mr. Cray. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any opposed, any abstain? Okay, we're now closed to the public. All right, any further questions from the board? Okay, then, at this time, I will look to the board for a motion on the application, please.
I can make that motion. I'd make the motion for block 804, lots 13 and 14, otherwise known as Nick's Bagels, to transfer the food handler's license to the new owners and approve the new food handler's license.
Okay. Second. Thank you, Mr. Gibbons. Can I have a second?
Second,
I think that was the councilman.
correct.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Ms. Steinle?
All right, Mr. Caslin,
Yes.
Ms. Boland,
Yes.
Mr. Merman,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeffer,
Yes.
Mr. Cray,
Yes.
Mr. Arkelian,
Yes.
Councilman Kanigo,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbons,
Yes.
Mr. Esposito,
Yes.
and Mr. Bastide.
Yes.
All right, the motion passes.
Okay, and I think we lost Mr. Bowen. And
Yeah, I think he did drop off. But
well,
we will let him know.
we'll convey the good news to him if you would. All right. Any new business on the board? Any comments, questions? All good. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for showing up. This was certainly a fast one. We'll take a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Bustine. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cray. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? We stand adjourned.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Take care.
Bye.